Think modern trains are safer than trains from the 1920s? Think again. On the 9th of July 1918, two passenger trains collided head-on in Nashville, Tennessee, in what remains the deadliest train accident in American history. Over 100 people died in the crash and the fires that followed. Yet this catastrophe wasn't caused by bad luck, it was caused by human error that modern technology has now prevented forever. Today, you're going to discover what went wrong on that terrible day and how it changed railroad safety forever. Get ready to understand why the Great Wreck of 1918 taught the railroad industry lessons that still save lives today. The 9th of July 1918, Nashville, Tennessee. Two trains were traveling toward each other on the same track, a circumstance that should never happen. One train was running late. Another was running ahead of schedule. No one communicated. No safety system prevented the collision. The trains met head-on at speeds of 50 to 60 miles per hour. The impact was catastrophic. Wooden passenger cars splintered. Fire broke out from coal stoves used for heating. Within minutes, what had been orderly trains became twisted metal and burning wreckage. When rescuers finally reached the disaster, they found death on a scale that seemed impossible. Over 100 people were confirmed dead, though some estimates suggest the actual death toll may have been as high as 121. In the next few minutes, we're going to explore what caused the worst train accident in American history and how it transformed railroad safety forever. This is the story of the Great Wreck of 1918, the trains that should never have met. The Great Wreck involved two passenger trains operated by different railroad companies. One was running behind schedule because of operating delays. The other was running ahead of schedule in an attempt to make up lost time on previous segments. Neither dispatcher knew where the other train was. Communication between railroad stations was fragmented and incomplete. The fundamental problem was simple. Two trains were allowed to occupy the same track at the same time without any system to prevent collision. What made this dangerous system special was that it had persisted for decades despite obvious risks. The railroad industry operated on a timetable system that assumed trains would run on schedule and depart at their scheduled times. If a train was late, the next train would depart anyway. If a train was early, it would arrive at stations before scheduled time. The system created opportunities for collision whenever a train deviated from its scheduled time. Modern dispatching would resolve this instantly. In 1918, it created disaster. The head-on impact, when two locomotives met. When the two trains collided, they were traveling at speeds that made survival questionable for anyone in the front cars. The locomotives hit each other directly, creating tremendous forces. The passenger cars immediately behind the engines telescoped, crumpling like accordions, as the heavy cars behind them continued forward, pushing the damaged cars ahead of them. Passengers thrown forward by the impact found themselves trapped in twisted metal and flying debris. What made this telescoping special was that it represented a fundamental problem with railroad car design. Passenger cars in 1918 were designed to be light for efficiency, which meant they were fragile. When they collided, they crumpled easily. The coupling systems between cars designed primarily to pull, not to prevent telescoping, failed to hold cars apart during collision. Modern passenger car design features stronger materials and collision-resistant couplers that prevent cars from folding into each other. The Great Wreck revealed this design weakness catastrophically. The fire that multiplied the deaths. The initial collision killed people instantly, but the fires that followed killed many more. The trains used coal stoves for heating, iron stoves burning coal to warm passenger compartments. When the collision occurred, these stoves tipped over, spilling burning coals across wooden floors. The wooden cars, built from timber to reduce weight and cost, caught fire immediately. Passengers who survived the initial impact found themselves in burning compartments with no escape. What made the fires so deadly was their speed and intensity. The wooden construction meant fires spread almost instantly. Smoke filled cars rapidly, causing passengers to lose consciousness from smoke inhalation. Windows had been closed in winter. Passengers depended on the coal stoves for warmth and sealed windows for insulation. When fires broke out, the sealed windows meant passengers couldn't escape. Rescue workers arriving at the scene found passengers still seated in their chairs, having died from smoke inhalation before flames consumed them. Modern steel passenger cars and safety regulations requiring escape windows would later prevent such casualties. The investigation, understanding what went wrong. After the disaster, railroad officials and government investigators attempted to determine what caused two trains to occupy the same track simultaneously. They examined schedules, interviewed survivors and workers, and reviewed dispatch records. Their findings revealed a cascade of failures: a train running behind schedule, a train running ahead of schedule, incomplete communication between dispatchers, lack of coordination between railroad companies, and absence of any mechanical system to prevent train collision. What made these findings special was that they revealed fundamental problems with railroad operations in 1918. The railroad industry relied entirely on human discipline and accurate communication. If a dispatcher made a mistake, if communication failed, if a train deviated from schedule, the only safeguard was that operators would see each other in time to stop. At speeds of 50 to 60 miles per hour, seeing another train and stopping was often impossible. Modern automatic train stop systems would have prevented this collision by forcing trains to brake if they entered occupied track. The death toll, a catastrophe beyond comprehension. Official records listed 101 confirmed deaths from the Great Wreck of 1918. But contemporary accounts and historical estimates suggest the actual death toll may have been significantly higher, possibly reaching 121 or more. Some victims were never identified. Some died days or weeks later from injuries sustained in the crash. The uncertainty about exact numbers reflected the chaos of the disaster and the limitations of 1918 medical response. What made this death toll special was that it far exceeded any previous American train accident. The scale of death seemed almost incomprehensible to people of that era. Newspapers across America reported the disaster extensively. It became the single deadliest moment in American railroad history, a record that would stand unchallenged for over a century. For the railroad industry, the Great Wreck forced a reckoning with the human and operational costs of the systems they had relied upon since the 1800s. The reforms that followed. The Great Wreck of 1918 shocked the railroad industry into action. Within years, new safety regulations were implemented. Better communication systems between dispatchers were mandated. Block signal systems that could prevent trains from entering occupied sections of track were expanded and improved. Passenger car design standards were updated to use steel construction instead of wood. Coupling systems were improved to prevent telescoping. Emergency escape procedures and equipment were mandated. What made these reforms special was that they transformed American railroad safety fundamentally. The railroad industry realized that operating on optimistic assumptions about human performance was inadequate. Systems needed to be designed to prevent accidents even when humans made mistakes. This philosophy, designing for human error rather than assuming perfect human performance, became foundational to modern safety engineering across all industries, not just railroads. The Great Wreck of 1918 remains a turning point in American railroad history. It proved that the railroad system of the era, despite its efficiency for moving cargo and passengers, contained fundamental safety flaws. What's remarkable is that this single disaster forced the entire railroad industry to acknowledge that better systems were possible and necessary. Modern trains rarely collide because the lessons of 1918 were learned thoroughly. Automatic train control systems, improved signaling, better communication, stronger materials all exist because of what happened in Nashville that terrible day. The next time you board a train and it arrives safely, remember this: someone died over a century ago so that you would be protected by systems that make that death impossible to repeat. If you've appreciated this story about how disaster drove safety innovation, please like this video and subscribe for more railway history.